Good day, everybody. Hope everybody's doing fantastic today. Today we're talking about this is Spinal Tap #1, and after I do this video in about an hour, I'm going to see the sequel. But you won't get to see that review until probably a week after I've already seen it. Anyways, let's get into this is Spinal Tap. First off, this probably is the best mockumentary that's ever been made. It follows an English rock band touring America, and every misstep they have is funnier than the one before. There's a famous pod scene where you get the famous pod scene, and then you got the dwarf stomp prop where you got the Stonehenge coming down, and it's only 18 inches. You got dwarfs or little people. I'm sorry, from Gen X, right, 80s, dancing around it, and you got the big funny payoff line where the only something about our prop was in danger of being crushed by dwarfs. Hilarious. I've really screwed that joke up, but you gotta watch it. So that's hilarious. And then of course you got the famous Nigel line where he has those amps and stuff that go to 11, and he says, Rob Reiner's character says, well, why don't you just make 10 louder? And he said, Nigel's like, but this goes to 11. Hilarious stuff. Great delivery of lines that they do. You really feel like you are watching a documentary of a band's tour that's just crashing in front of you. Very well done. Very well produced. And what is fun about it is it does mirror other real rock documentaries. A big Bob Dylan fan. I've watched Don't Look Back, and the scene where he's on stage and they show his management in the background trying to plug in his mic really does kind of remind me of the pod scene in Spinal Tap, or vice versa. So you do get stuff, and some bands have said it's the stuff that happens to this rock band in the movie actually happened to them. So I'm pretty sure there's probably some stories that they've heard, that the writers heard to put into the movie. But it was very, very good. But overall, I kind of feel like the movie, I just watched it again about a month or two ago when it was re-released in theaters. And I started watching it, while it is a documentary about Spinal Tap, I kind of feel like it's more of a mockumentary about Nigel, like the character Nigel in it, played by Christopher Guest. And the reason I say that is because he has the most one-on-one interviews. He's the one that talks about, how he has his guitar solos, like I said, his collection of guitars, and how his amp goes to 11. Overall, it kind of feels like the documentary or the mockumentary, whatever you want to say, is about the Nigel character. And he is like the lead guitarist. Usually we talk about the band, the two most famous people of the band is the lead guitarist and the lead singer, right? They're the ones that everybody usually knows. And in this case, it's kind of like it's that way. And I wonder if they got this inspiration from the documentary Last Waltz, which is about a group called The Band, and how, even though it's about the band, their lead guitarist, Robbie Robertson, is the one who's like, has the most screen time. He's telling the most stories. It's kind of more about him than the band itself. So I wonder if there's any parallels in there, if that's any inspiration. This movie has some great cameos. You got Billy Crystal's in it. Bruno Kirby. Fred Drescher plays their, not their manager, but like their publicist, I guess, And of course, if you're wondering about my tab here, I picked Sabrina Carpenter's picture for my thumbnail just because it represents, it's pretty much what Spinal Tap wanted on the cover of their album. So I was like, you know what, that's too close. That's too close to what Spinal Tap had wanted on their album. So I had to put it on there. And just like they say in the movie, it's all about perspective, because it's Sabrina Carpenter doing it, and it's for her cover album. You can have a woman in that particular position. They kind of talk about that stuff in in the movie. Overall, this is Spinal Tap. It's a must see. You laugh all the time. Get ready, like I said, get ready to see Spinal Tap 2, which I'm kind of worried about it because just by the trailers, there's like a lot of big pop stars in there. Like Elton John's going to be in there. I think Paul McCartney's supposed to make an appearance in the movie. And I just hope that that doesn't take away from how the original was. The original movie, you didn't really have these big, iconic rock and roll stars in the movie, you know. And now that Spinal Tap gets this huge cult following, it's very popular, and then you get these big movie stars. I just hope it doesn't take away from the comedy, from the writing to for these people. And but I got high hopes. Hopefully it's a good movie. Tell me, do you guys like this is Spinal Tap? Is it the best mockumentary ever made? Let me know your thoughts below, and have a great day. Bye.